Happy Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 30 of By the Fire. We have a very special episode in store for you guys today. As always, Mukti here. I am joined by my co-hosts Walter Chambers and Glitched Viking. Guys, how we doing this evening?
All good, man.
Good.
Can we get a mic
It's
check?
noon, but
Can we get a mic
Awesome.
check on the stream? Make sure everybody can hear us.
Can,
Okay.
can we get a mic check on the stream, everybody? Are we sounding all right? It is great to see everyone in chat here. Hello, guys. Crypto Fandito, JD, Tekka, Scories,
Thanks.
Sir Drinks Bowler. What is up, everybody? Great week in the Vulcan ecosystem. We have a really cool episode today. So, as all of you guys know, I'm sure, recently Vulcan Dex listed its first new token, something called the GM token, a coin that belongs to the 315 Guild. And a little backstory about the 315 Guild. So a few weeks ago, I think it was right after By the Fire stream actually, because that is going to be a big focal point of our episode today, is the 315 Guild. We're going to shortly be bringing on two members of the 315 Guild to give us some insight into their Vulcan Dex listing and everything going on with their guild. And Ryan, who is one of our guests, he reached out to me on Twitter and he said something along the lines of like, "Hey man, really like your stream. I'm working with, or I belong to a guild called 315 Guild, and we're sort of growing in the Vulcan Forged community type deal." And so he invited me into their Telegram servers. I had a look at what they were doing, what they were building, and it's just a lot of really cool and exciting stuff going on within the 315 Guild and what they're doing with the whole layout of their token and their we're in their NFTs. We're going to get into all this here shortly, but without dragging out this intro any longer, we are thrilled to welcome onto the show, making their debut on By the Fire. We have Brian Ludlum and Ryan Brzezinski of the 315 Guild. Brian and Ryan, thank you for joining us today, guys.
Thank you. Great to be here.
how's it going?
Fantastic. So yeah, I figured a good way for us to start this would be just for you guys to give a little bit of background information about yourselves, what your backgrounds are prior to getting into the crypto space and prior to having the positions that you do now within the 315 Guild.
Great. You want me to start? I've been working as a senior software engineer for about a decade now, and in the past 4 years, transitioning into Web3 development from Web2 development, and in the past year, sort of embracing the space more as a Web3 architect, and we're working independently to sort of understand the community space and build utility around it, and to identify this potential utility and apply that in contract form, so to speak, in the Web3 space. And since then, it's been an amazing journey that of sort of embracing the 315 crypto Facebook group that is in my hometown 315 area code that I originally connected with, and this and sort of understanding the community and what individuals are coming up through that space in artistry and music and development and organization and writing and all kinds of content creation, gamers, lots of gamers of course, and just sort of understanding how we can create a community around that, and that was sort of the basis of developing human value in the 315 Guild, and that's is that a good intro? I don't want to keep going if that's
so it started as a Facebook group and it kind of branched out into now your own token. You have your own protocols interacting with the guild member NFTs, and it's so it started as a Facebook group community of people in the Web3 space and has ballooned into what it has today.
That's right. And the idea of sort of the idea of a guild is sort of the a decentralized version of an organization where individuals are sort of pursuing their own goals, and everyone is sort of cooperatively working together. In this space, it's very coordinative in that you have artists working with developers and different content creators working with different builders, to be more abstract, and to and to create community around that, and to develop human value in a way that is first developed in the community and then reflected in sort of what we build around that and what comes out of that, and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Sorry.
we are going to get in very shortly here too, like more about everything that you guys have going on with the guild. And the
Excellent.
GM
Yeah, I'm trying
token.
not to dig into
And-
details. You know, I'm
yes.
sort of going around things as best I can.
And so yeah, Ryan, real quick for you. So how did you get involved in the crypto space in this whole project, and what were you doing leading up to the role you're playing now within 315?
It's actually a pretty wild story, to tell you the truth. I guess I was sitting with a friend last March, and I just looked at him and said, "Man, I'm going to make a bunch of money doing crypto." And that was the first thing I said about crypto in my life. And I kind of just turned that over and started searching for information, and that kind of led me to the 315 in its own way. Actually, trying to avoid Ethereum gas fees, which is hilarious. And
I feel you there.
so prior to my involvement in cryptocurrency in the 315, I actually came from an entirely different background. I was more of a blue collar guy, sort of construction, oil rigs, that sort of thing. You know, spend a lot of time abusing myself and my body. So I kind of just always had this thirst and knack for technology, and it's been something that I've ignored my whole life because I figured I would excel at it. I'm usually pretty good at ignoring stuff I'm good at. So I decided to just dive into it, and that's kind of what led me here. And been able to establish myself in the space since then, like with a lot of tutelage and help from my great friend Brian here. He's been an excellent mentor to me throughout all of this, and I don't think I'd be where I am without him. So I have to give him a shout out while we're live here, just to make him embarrassed a little bit.
Well, it sounds like for being in the space, like for a short period of time, just from our conversations, Ryan, it seems like, I mean, you either have like an elite level of focus and ability to learn things, but like I would guess, you're an experienced veteran in the space at this point, which I mean, I would say.
Well,
I
we're at
would say you
month
keep
10.
going.
It's getting close.
Yeah. Armega, can you pull all of our cams up? But yeah, so all right, guys. So I do want to get into, because a lot of people have been asking since the GM token first got listed on the Vulcan Dex, and one of the huge things coming out right now are these like metaverse and Web3 guilds. Is like a just a big thing going on right now. Some of the main ones, of course, being Merit Circle and YGG and projects like that. But now there's all these new ones popping up, like 315 Guild. And I remember seeing people inside of Vulcanverse that had the 315 tag in there. And I remember hearing about you guys. But then whenever Ryan reached out to me on Twitter and actually showed me into the Telegram, and I got to look at the website, got my first 315 Guild member NFT, like I've just been more and more impressed the further I've digged into what you guys are putting together and building here. So I want to give you that opportunity now. It's like what exactly are the ambitions of the 315 Guild within the Web3 and metaverse space, and what kind of separates you guys, or is some differentiating factors between what you guys are doing versus a lot of other metaverse guilds out there?
Sure, I'll take that. So I keep mentioning human value, and it's a difficult thing to explain because it's very organic, and it's not a tagline. It's not something that we set out to do. It's what was the result in bringing people together and realizing that the real value in the Web3 space is about human value, because these creators are coming into their own right and as an individual in the space and trying to sort of carve their own world out of it. And the ability to support that is just a phenomenal goal in itself, because we're bringing up technology piece by piece in what it sort of means to accomplish. And with the guild, it means to accomplish a safe place to get started, essentially. Where there's a lot of people in the Web3 interest space who are interested in this, that still have just no idea how to connect with it. And we sort of provide a social space where people can just get used to the conversation and the terminologies and the concepts and the memes, right? And all of the different humor and culture that comes up around this, and that sort of contributes to this community that understands things, and then brings up others. In other words, to say you bring in a friend who then spends a month learning this stuff, and then they bring in their uncle and their best friend from years ago, and who have interest in this, or maybe they're an artist or a musician, and they have no idea what's going on. So it allows us to build this sort of family network of people who are coming into the space with no idea what's going on, and we're here ahead of them. We use the term metaversal pioneers, as if we're on this.
I love that term.
We're on this frontier, and we're preparing the land, we're preparing the space for these people to come up in, and that's sort of that basis of human value that we think is more important than driving a token value out front with some promise to the space, and more proving it as we go. We like to say we're more road than map, right? We're building a road, and the map is very clear in vision, but we stay loose in actual objective, because it's a very organic development, and the sort of the first thing we focused on is sort of NFT development, and we have our membership token with this recycling protocol that essentially members are they mint with 100 Matic, and sort of that pools into an eventual liquidity pool of the guild itself, and that 100 Matic produces a mint of this membership token, which also has a claim on it of our fungible token GM.
Screen share it, Mega, because I have the website.
Am I going too
fast?
Not at all.
I'm gonna pull up the website going over the NFTs as you're talking about it here, just so people.
Excellent. And this is a great visual too, because it helps me to focus, and the little pieces of it, right? So so there's 10,000 memberships total max supply. And as they come out, there's a dynamic display of the member number on there. So there's sort of that's represented in a dynamic way. And the 315 Guild graphic itself is stored on chain as SVG data. So it's 100% on chain. There's actually no back end other than the blockchain in this case. Nice. And then the name that you see on there in yellow is something that is changeable. It's a dynamic variable essentially on the contract that allows each index to have a name that can be changed, and a transaction that can be sent to change the name to whatever you want, whenever you want. So it's a bit of a name tag, as well in that way. So, and these are of course NFTs that can be traded on the open market. So, in selling to someone else, they're able to change the name to their own, right? So the member number, continues on as a constant, whereas the name becomes variable. And so that moves on sort of to our GM token, right? Where this membership NFT also doubles as sort of an IDO in a way for our GM token, where similar to a DeFi farm, it releases at 0.00315 GM per block over time. And as that is released as a claim to the owner to be able to harvest over about 6 months or so, they're able to harvest that over time and sort of pull out the vested GM, so to speak, that their 100 Matic essentially created in a way. And as that releases over 6 months, it's essentially a race for us to create utility for GM, right? But at the same time, it doesn't. The nice thing that I like about this protocol is it doesn't dump the whole supply on the market at the same time and say, okay, here's our promise to the world, buy our promise, right, and then hold our promise for some amount of time. It's more direct in saying that this is a piece of investment that you're coming into with more of a sort of a long-term scope of what GM will become, and then embracing that as a utility that will expand out into more of a guild member token, as it's called. It's the GM stands for guild member token. So right there gives you a big clue that it's more than the 315 guild. The 315 guild is a seed for a much larger expansion of guild development and the building of guilds. In other words, it sort of allows an economy of expansion into other areas and other subjective groups or communities that can be wrapped in this guild community, human value structure, and sort of focus on the local community that comes up and bringing that human value up in the same way we did. And at the same time, the GM economy is sort of filtering out into that, or expanding out into that with sort of the creation of new guilds with GM, right? So we start off with 100 Matic coming in per membership, and that creates a claim of 20,000 GM tokens to come off of that NFT asset. And that this is sort of the gold mine that starts it all off. And I have to point out that I'm absolutely positioning this gold mine in the area that I grew up from 2 years to 25 years old, and where I have some my oldest friends and family, and an area that I want to see. I want to lift the local economy up and use this as a tool to do that. And so that becomes the sort of the root, the seed of expansion. And then all other guilds that we're going to create out of that are done with GM itself, and in a recycling nature, so that you're pushing GM into the purchase of a new membership, and all of that GM is going to come back to you in 150 days or so over time. And this really strikes it as a building utility, because it is recycled back to the builder, right? In other words, to say the builder doesn't lose the power to build, they're just expanding it over time, and it's releasing their ability to keep building essentially without any loss. It's recycling all the same GM. So if there's a new guild that comes up in an area, there's leaders that will come up and start minting out memberships, and then pushing those memberships out to even at the street level, where you have new people coming up that don't understand any of this stuff, and you're just sending them a membership and saying, okay, I want to bring you into this community, and I know you don't understand it, so I'm going to send you this membership to start. And that's sort of the beginning part, and a lot of people love that, because it's their first NFT, it's their first sort of not quite DAO yet. We're on more of a mandated schedule than a DAO yet, but we will eventually be wrapped in DAO structure. So and also DeFi, and the concept of DeFi farms that release tokens per block. So it wraps all of this stuff up in one protocol to expose to new people coming in, and that's obviously much bigger than the 315 area code, and has potential all over the world for that matter. So the guild token, the GM protocol itself, is about creating a utility that will allow leaders to network out and expand in sort of with the least resistance and the most efficiency, I guess, in that matter.
Yeah, I think it is so cool and just unique, the whole regional roots aspect. So 315 is the Syracuse area code.
That's correct. Central New York in general, Utica, New York, Syracuse, New York, right around that space in the central New York.
Yeah, that is a very unique thing, and I love how you have you say it's 0.00315 GM per block of the Matic. That's executed. Those get released as blocks are executed on Polygon. There's a 315 million total supply, assuming all coins are in So I love how you kind of have all that tied together with 315, and so it sounds like, because looking at the website here, how you mentioned, you're starting things local with this ability to expand outwards. Because I know, like, a lot of, when you think of a metaverse guild, you think of like that. Oftentimes they'll be centered in certain parts of the world. Like I'm just saying, with Merit Circle, is heavily based in the Philippines, and it's a lot of play to earn gamers. But so you guys are starting in this area of Syracuse, even though it's already expanded else outward. Because I know, Ryan, you're in Canada, correct?
Yeah, I'm about like 3,000 miles from Brian, so we've already gone that far.
So that the expansion effect has already taken place, and it's not just, although it sounds like you guys do have lots of plans within the metaverse space. It's more so just this Web3 space as a whole, in the sense of you're bringing in artists, musicians, like you guys can see on here. Okay, so we're off the screen share, but like gamers, filmmakers, photographers, professionals like of all kinds, and it's sort of this whole, uh, you know, onboarding people into this welcoming community where they can learn about this stuff and figure out ways to integrate it into what they do with their everyday lives, even if they, aren't necessarily metaverse gamers or have any experience with
Yeah.
Web3 or blockchain.
Yeah, Adam, I'd like to touch on that a little bit too, because I don't like to
Absolutely.
use that sort of professional model that we're just looking for professionals or content creators or anything, because we are sort of an open society to anyone who wants to learn this. You don't have to be an established professional
Yes.
to be in our group. We will teach you anything you want to know. So it's awesome.
Yeah, and I think that is a very cool part of these guilds. Is like it's a place for people to come and learn about this stuff.
I really like how they like the concept of the NFT and how they work. The fact that it pretty much works like a referral. It's like you bring somebody in by
Yes.
sending them their first NFT. Like it's a super unique concept. And to touch on that subject, I'm going to be giving away 2 of these NFTs during the show to anybody that doesn't actually have one that is in the chat here today with us.
Woot.
So I will be dropping 2 of those NFTs.
I'll DM you on my wallet address.
Armiga, can we remove
What up, Faceless?
Walter Chambers from Twitch, please?
Boot him out the Zoom call.
Let me contact my peoples.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm Armega's boss.
Glitch, that is awesome. And how do you want to give those away? Because we are going to open things up to an AMA here briefly, so we can tie it into that.
Marbles.
All right, no, I'm gonna literally whoever comes up with the best questions, somebody that doesn't have any, that has no knowledge about 315, somebody that throws the questions at Ryan and Brian. You guys basically choose if somebody, it's just anybody that doesn't have an NFT, this is going to be your.
Scory in chat has decided he won. He's already posted his address. He came right to the point and put his wallet address.
Love the enthusiasm. Love the enthusiasm.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's it. That's absolutely it.
And that's what we reward the most in this game, is that enthusiasm. These are the people who are coming, who are the people who come up in the beginning who recognize the value and they don't understand any of it, but they're like, I have to understand, right? And that ambition to understand, that gets rewarded the most, because that's what moves quickest up in that human value, and the people who engage it the fastest, and these are the innovators who go out and find other people and teach them. So
just to be clear, Scorsy, that is not saying that you're the winner of this at all. And please, everybody, don't just start posting your addresses in the channel. We love the enthusiasm, but not that specific thing.
Yep. So guys, we have 2. So thank you to Glitch. We have 2 315 guild membership NFTs to give away. So we are going to open this up to an AMA here. So get your questions in, and while you guys are getting your questions in, so you mentioned there, Brian, the idea about how built into the protocol, there's this system in place where this whole thing can expand out into other guilds that are kind of functioning through the GM economy. Could you touch on that a little bit, just sort of like how that works? Sure. And how these other organizations or guilds can form from within what you guys already have set up?
Sure. So it's about I guess it's a structure of leadership at its roots, where you're empowering a leader. In other words, to say, let's say if I found the 802 area code is a good example, because that's actually where I'm located. I've been living in Vermont for the past 15 years. So that's going to be next, right? If you're following my life, it started in 315 and then it came to 802. So it'll follow that same path, so to speak. As I'm building this out in my own network of connections. This is my own leadership coming into play, and where I have networking connections, and I'm bringing others into it and stuff. And in that case, it's essentially finding leaders and bringing them into the 315 guild first, because that's sort of our root structure, and so they can learn how it works with the community and where the value is and where our focuses are and that sort of thing, and then to expand that into a new area where the focus is on leaders most of all. And if they, okay, so first of all, if they're coming into the 315 guild, right, they're buying memberships, and then they're getting a claim of GM on that membership, and then maybe buying some GM on the side. So they're accumulating GM, I guess that's the bottom line. And then we're applying utility to that, so that in their local area they're able to then mint memberships with GM and accumulate a certain number of memberships with that, then they can disperse in a networking fashion sort of to others that they're bringing in the same way. And again, it all ties back to the 315, because anybody coming in is sort of going to be expanding in the area and also dipping into 315, because that's the gold mine, right? That's where the GM is sort of can be minted the cheapest. And it's important to note that only members can mint 315 guild membership. So it's an internal force reaching out. So if you want to get into the 315 guild, it's about connecting with someone in the guild and making that human connection where you're bridging in some kind of personal connection, so that it keeps it as a good family structure where everybody knows each other to some degree, right? And networking sort of fashion. I may have got off a little straight on that. So can you bring me back to your question a little bit?
Yeah, no,
if I answered it?
No,
Yeah.
I think you did a great job of answering there, Brian. And yeah, no, like the whole idea of having like just a community of people who like, yeah, you're really emphasizing human value, especially with when you're someone first getting involved in the Web3 space. It can be a lot to take in at first. Like there absolutely is a benefit to being a part of like this community of like-minded people who are doing the same thing, can help you through the process. And like, because when I think of guilds, just like growing up, like I was a heavy World of Warcraft player. I was addicted to that game for years. And it's like, people you're in a guild with, it's basically your community of people, traditionally speaking, that you game with. But now with the idea of these just like Web3 guilds, it's not
That's the new
necessarily
game. But that's the
exactly.
new game. It really is the same.
Make
It's
the
just a
game
bigger
bigger,
game.
man.
That's right. It's just a much bigger game where artists can play the game, from their position as an artist, as a creator, and they're in the same way that you would roll in World of Warcraft, an elf, right? That has certain skills, right? It's the same thing really in concept. This is metaversal in nature. So it's like you're making up your some people come into this space anonymous with this characterization, and that's awesome. It's whatever you want to express yourself as, and then supporting that in a deep sense that you have somewhere, a home, right? It's sort of a home in Web3 where you're not, a lot of it's just, you're putting yourself out there, and you're out there, with your Twitter telling everybody what you're doing and stuff. And it can be a little bit intimidating and daunting and a little bit, a little bit, interesting in how communications go. But it's nice to come back to sort of a family, a tighter community where you can express, this is what I went through, and get feedback from other people who are doing the same thing. And there's just so much value that builds up in that, I think, and backing each other up in that way, in that cooperative nature.
Hey guys, just real quick, let's get some activity in the chat here. If anybody wants to throw out questions, I see that we have one out there so far.
We have 2 guild membership NFTs up for grabs to the best questions, guys. So basically how these work is these cost 100 Matic each to mint. They slow release 20,000 GM tokens over time. If you guys like what you're hearing, this is your opportunity to get started at 315 guild. But yeah, let's go. So the beauty is the beast.
Yeah, I was going to say questions have to be 315 related.
315.
Yeah. So
yes.
just wanted to point that out because I saw another question for something else.
Yes, 315 related question. So the beauty is the beast asks, how are you planning to increase the number of users of the GM token? I'm assuming, or I guess he could be meaning just guild members in general.
Sure. And there's a lot of answers to that, because the root growth in that is this networking concept where we're bringing in, we're trying to bring in at a street level friends who are brand new to this stuff, but may or may not have a value to bring, but they're brand new to it. They are interested and they want to come in. So that's sort of the let's call that level 0, right? Where we're bringing at a street level brand new people. So that's bringing in new users. And then we're also expanding in the professional space of what people do and connecting with artists and musicians, so that you have this organic subjective where artist is reaching out to artist and saying, hey, I'm part of this guild, so come on in and do the stuff we're doing, kind of thing. So there's an expansion level there. There's also for example, we're in quick swap syrup pool right now, so there's a lot of people who are staking for GM, so that's creating new users, and of course expanding out into new guilds is creating entire local areas, new local networks of people who are all new users. And Vulcanverse is a big factor, of course. We have a lot of gamers, and it's a big focus for the gamers in our guild. So making connections in the game and having maybe having eventually some kind of utility in the Vulcan space for GM and peer to as a pair staking potential, right, for something, and that does the same sort of thing. So driving that utility in anywhere we can find it is ultimate. And there's another important one, which I've kind of skipped over just because our focus is more gaming here. But with artists and musicians, we have a GM Forge, which is sort of a general NFT contract for anyone in the guild to mint NFTs to learn about how it works, sort of a learning space. And on each one of the NFTs that are minted, the cost is GM to mint your NFT, and that gets put on the NFT as a claim in the same way the memberships work, right? So that expands out. So if you're buying an NFT from an artist in the guild, from the, you're going to get, most likely, if it hasn't been harvested already, then you'll get the GM. So there's an expansion, an organic expansion in that, and then that extended into the newest feature we have called GM Studio, which actually allows guild members to deploy an NFT contract that they own, as sort of you would want the artist to own the contract, so they have the ability to import it into different marketplaces. And that has the same principle where once it's deployed and owned by the artist, they're able to mint to it, but the cost is a minimum amount of GM that and it could be a large amount of GM that gets placed as a claim on that creation, on that NFT, and that sort of spreads it out into the NFT market space, right, where we're sort of airdropping organically, in other words, to say your interest was in this piece, and that piece came from the 315 guild, so here's a little bit of our economy to go with it, and that you've earned that, right? You've engaged in the economy we're creating. Therefore, this recycling protocol is about expanding in that way. In other words, anybody who is interacting with the economy is therefore benefiting from the economy on a long scale, in that they can keep recycling that value and building up a sort of an amount of GM to work with as a sort of utility structure. Probably way longer of an answer than it needed to be, but I'm touching on things that I keep forgetting to touch on, so it works good, filling gaps.
So yeah, we'll run through more of these questions here. We had some good ones pop up here. So Faceless asks, he says, I don't know what 315 guild is. I've been looking for a guild of investors to grow together, and as a guild grows in numbers, the guild would get the option to invest into private sales as a whole. Are you guys planning to do anything like that?
Yeah, in fact, it's a really great concept in that we have a lot of projects in the guild coming up that are, they're either projects that the leaders of that project, the developers, have come into the guild as an organic connection, and then either they're utilizing the space of people who have talents, or they're bringing their own. But either way, it's sort of it's growing up in the guild as a community. A good way to put this, okay, is the guild is sort of like a physical space. A physical metaverse space, in that it's like a city, right, where you have a city of humans, right, of a population, and then you have businesses that come in like a franchise, and then build up on that sort of on that customer base, if you will, that location base. So if you can imagine projects growing up in the 315 guild like that, and whether it be organically created from the guild or coming into, we sort of support that and that's a big part of how we're expanding vertically, right? So we talk about expanding horizontally by expanding GM economy, and that's our vertical expansion is building up projects and encouraging members to get involved in projects. And we have an artist chat, for example, that is going 24/7 with just a concept ideas and stuff. So if you're a developer, you're just watching that, you're just, it's a constant feed of brainstorming that can create projects out of. So if you're someone in the space who is a compartmental piece of production, right? You're just a part of production on your own. Therefore, you need a larger production space. You need to sort of work with others to round out what's necessary for the product itself, and that allows this to happen in more of an organic way, where there's not, again, it's not starting with a promise. Even creating a company in a way is starting with a promise that is in debt to that promise right away, right? We're starting off on a neutral level that says we're just going to build, and the people who are involved in building are owners in that. That's the Web3 way, is that you're becoming an owner in it. So the it's like speed dating for startups in a way, right? We're going through ideas and finding the most efficient path to get a startup into the air and floating through the space, so that it can become profitable for its owners, right? It ultimately, but bringing that utility sort of at the same time.
Yes.
I saw Glitch.
Did I cover that good?
I saw Glitch's eyebrows pop up a little bit when you said speed dating. He's like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
Hey, Glitch.
Speed dating,
Actually, I was going through a bug list as I'm listening in. I was multitasking, and I saw something that got my attention there.
I noticed that you've got Arcadia you're running with today.
Yeah.
Guys,
He's an Arcadian proud member.
That was a
There's one
pre-scripted
question
joke,
I've
by the way.
seen that I'd like to touch on.
Not quite.
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. I was gonna say, guys, so we may
and-
we may filter some of these questions. Sorry if there are some great questions in here, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna come through and pick some.
This
But yeah, go
might
ahead,
be
Ryan.
one of the best questions in my opinion. We were asked if there was plans for the 315 to meet up in person, and that actually happens on a regular basis. We actually just held an event in Syracuse locally, when we had a bunch of people attend. They were there for hours, actually. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there with the distance restrictions, but that is something that we do and we plan to do more and more of. Like we kind of want to get to like some centered events in the summertime, where maybe a bunch of us guild members meet up, go camping, do stuff like that. Just like kind of have those team building exercises. We were even thinking of incorporating like a what do you want to call it, like a meta family game night, where we hang around,
That's
play
cool.
cards, Monopoly, shit like that. It'd be a lot of fun, right? So
Hey,
I think
Rod.
that's a very good question, and it's right where the two sort of planes meet, and it's something that isn't embraced enough in this space, where we actually get to enjoy each other in a face-to-face fashion. So,
Hey, Ryan, a follow-up question to that is any plans for 315 to come to VulcanCon this year?
it's something that
we wish,
some of us might
right?
have debated, but we're
Okay,
a little
I was
late to
just
that
curious.
party, I think.
Yeah, so Kadik has
Still
a good question
tickets
here.
available. Still tickets available.
Yes, sir. So Kadik asks, what drew you 315 folks to the Vulcan ecosystem? What excites you the most about the future of this partnership?
I think the game. Mostly.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah.
Well,
me and Brian just like completely geeked out over it as soon as we seen what it was. So
yeah, well,
That's,
I'll tell you
pretty much it.
my recollection moment, because I've been watching Vulcan since even the springtime when the token first dropped, and sat on it for a while, and then in August I was there was some news announced, and I sort of went full in on it, but right around that time there was this realization moment where I sort of jokingly but very seriously said, this game has nailed down the most important thing of World of Warcraft, which is people standing around talking to each other, right? And that social aspect. I'm like, it may seem simple, but that is actually the root of what made WoW great. It's a very social game. So they've got the most important part down. Now it's just a matter of building a good game. And I'm like, and this is a game studio before they're coming into blockchain space from a gaming studio. So they already have the right ingredients, and they've nailed down the part that is sort of the root value, I think, in the space, and that brings people together, and where you get that good organic lead forward, and where gamers are gamers for gamers, so to speak, where you feel like you're building with a group of gamers in a way that innovates forward in the space without without promising too much. And that's what I love about Vulcan versus, like, here's what we have figured out, and here's what we're doing right now, and we're not going to pretend like we have this AAA game that is going to be perfect, and we're not going to show you that and lead to it like a lot of projects do. That's it's a big promise, and I think that a lot of people don't realize how big of a promise it is, right? So I think that's where Vulcan is the greatest, because they balance that well with proving what they're doing, as well as promising the future based on that proof, and not just saying, this giant, pipe dream of what we're going to build in the space, which is all absolutely potential, right? But it's a long way to get there. So you have to show that path, and that you're committed to the different steps along the way of nailing down these sort of proof of concepts that are necessary to bring gaming to Web3 in a way that is sort of appealing to everyone, and not just the crypto minded person, but also the gamer who's been on Steam for a decade and playing all kinds of new independent games, and they're looking for that in the Web3 space now. Not necessarily these giant titles, but the smaller outfits where it's just it's just this idea around a game that sort of develops in an alpha form and builds out from there. And I think there's a lot of that potential on Elysium, and the future of Elysium, of building games on Elysium is the most exciting thing in the entire space to me. Like, by far, there's nothing compares to that, in my opinion.
Very well said. Yeah, and then so we have one. This will be our last question here. We have a good question here from Scott. I think it's a good question to wrap up on. He says, Brian, you seem very knowledgeable and passionate about this. Always stay this way. It makes people want to be a part of it. And I 100% agree with that. What would be the first thing a person should do if they want to get involved with 315?
We have a Telegram group. GM Lobby is sort of our public TG group for people to come in and sort of learn these early edges, and you could just come in there and say, ask that exact question, and there are people in there, especially today, because they're waiting for you all today. So by all means, keep them busy today, and ask them these questions, because they've answered these questions many times, and they're very, we as a whole are very skilled in sort of this, the early steps of getting involved, which are about essentially saying, can someone mint me a membership? And you can make a connection in that way, so that you're going through a guild member to get a membership. Or we also have memberships on the open market in OpenSea for people to buy directly in that way. So both of those avenues are available, and it kind of depends. But either way, you're going to come in relatively organically, right? So it's still a group of people where you're going to get welcomed into and ask questions in. And some people are more engaged than others. It's really, it's about speed of interest, right? And how quickly you pick things up. So but yeah, that would be the best answer, is the GM Lobby on Telegram, and just engaging, getting into the conversation, asking that question specifically, right?
Yes, yeah, and I will say, like, I highly recommend to any viewers out there who like what they're hearing and may be interested in looking into this further, to check out their Telegram, their Discord.
Glitch also just posted their Discord link.
Perfect. Yeah, it's a great community. Great community of people in the Web3 space, like from a variety, from artists to player and gamers to developers. It's there's a lot of really good stuff going on within the 315 Guild, guys. And Brian and Ryan, it has been an honor. I want to thank you both very much for joining us here. And actually, before we let you guys go, Glitch, we got to decide the winners.
Hey, Adam, let's make that three memberships. I'll give one.
Boom,
awesome,
let's go.
Okay.
Four.
Am I hearing?
Let's go. Four. We got four now.
Am I hearing
making it rain on stream. Let's go.
Yes. So what are you thinking, Glitch? Should we just go through the questions that we asked?
Why don't you take every legit 315 question and just randomize it, and then just
okay, let's do that. We'll do wheel spins.
I mean, if you can pull it up on your browser, Mukti, I can switch back over to that. And
yeah, let me get that set up quick. So
all right.
could you let's pull a list of everyone who had questions. So Surge Rank.
Yeah, actually, Mukti, you do the wheel spin and let like GV.
Oh yeah,
do that
Can one of you guys get a list? Sweet, thank you.
And if you do win, do not be shy. Come join us. See what's going on in the chats. Have some fun.
Yes.
Just because I'm more of a Discord guy than a Telegram guy, I will say that they do also have a Discord.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I glitch posted it.
Yep.
I think there's a considerable line there in experience, right? So if you're coming from the gamer space, you're used to Discord. If you're coming from a developer space, you're used to Discord. So that's take the avenue that makes sense to you. If you're already into Discord, definitely take that route. But if you're brand new to the whole space, Telegram is a little bit more user friendly for the new user to engage with, right? So it's about taking the avenue that makes most sense to you.
but they are very responsive both ways. I wanted to make sure to point that out. I mean, when I talk to them on Discord, they're always hollering back at me. So, yeah, it's very much needed to have that Discord space. I'm like mentally allergic to Telegram to some extent.
There's definitely a barrier there where once you go Discord, you don't go back.
Yeah, that's about the right way.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
New T-shirt, Walt.
it is so true. Like, when we made the transition from Telegram to Discord, like, everybody's like, oh my god, I hate Discord, and then like a month later, everybody's like, what's Telegram?
Yeah.
It's
I'll tell you the major difference is it's about internal versus external when it comes to diplomacy, right? So internal in the guild Discord is this and it has some very strong bridge connections to other Discord servers and projects. But in Telegram, it's about diplomacy. I got all these groups of partnership development groups where I'm connected with CEOs, and we may not talk for a month, but when something comes up that relates, I can jump in there and we can have very direct communications, which is vital, I think, in the space, in that level of diplomacy, especially when it comes to developing these guild communities.
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, I can relate with that. It's like Telegram tends to nowadays only get used for a list of verified contacts in the development and just project development space. Yeah, it's like it might start off on Discord where the initial contacts made, but then everything else is done on Telegram. But yeah, it's all good fun. Like, got to spread yourself around.
That's right. We
and
need lots
be
of tools.
prepared.
The more tools, the better.
And be prepared to have like 500 groups on the go. It's
yeah.
Hey,
Definitely.
Glitch,
I think we have 13 or 14 groups in the guild total, mostly private. So you sort of get exposed to that from the we have a public group and then like 12 private groups, all by subject, and so we try to keep the conversations somewhat focused, right?
Yep.
So Mukti, are you doing all that?
Yeah, I'm
just
getting
going through.
I'm getting the list here. I think I may have it all wrapped up. Oh wait, get one fat Irish dad in there.
Glitch,
Shout
you
out
see
one fat
anybody?
Irish
Are you watching the wheel thing that he's setting up right now?
I am. I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to. Here we go.
Yeah,
Sorry,
if you
I
guys
couldn't
see
expand
any
it there.
that I missed, any names that
That's
I
what I was about to
missed,
say, yeah.
let me know.
So that's just a red beast. Yep. Spin that baby. Actually, wait.
Okay.
Armiga, have you brought it up onto the main
Not yet. I
screen?
was letting him set it up first, but here we go. I'm
All right, cool.
Swap over there.
I very, very heavily apologize if there's anyone who has a question that I've missed on this list. I'm pretty certain that I got everybody.
Does everybody see their name on that asked a question? If you just want to look at it really quick.
I'm also looking through to see if there's any names.
Yeah, I'm doing one last
Mukti,
scan.
you need to get these wheels branded, man. You need to get the By the Fire
Seriously.
logo added to the.
Yeah, you're 100%.
This is very amateur. I cannot accept this.
Well, this was the last. I
Show's
didn't
over.
I was about to
know.
say, Mukti, I
You
appreciate.
gotta be prepared. You
Yeah.
gotta be prepared.
I appreciate it, Mukti. I know the last minute stress.
I had no heads up we were giving away some membership NFTs. I love it though.
Yeah, we
All right.
decided right now.
So all right, I think we're ready for the spin here.
All right, guys.
Any other names? Okay, guys, we are giving away 4 of these NFTs. So if your name gets selected, you will be removed from the list. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 names here. And good luck. Okay, so it's new members only as well, right? I'm not sure if any.
Hexen, yeah, the one guy, son, says he already has a membership.
Oh, he already has one. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you for the honesty.
Chances just got better.
So yep, here we go. 9 people.
Tris
Okay,
doesn't see his
so
name.
Winners,
Tris, you're on there. It's
almost
okay.
50-50. Good luck, everybody. Spin number 1. Here we go.
Ulfit's already number 2.
Kadick or Scots? Scots, let's go.
Scots. Hey.
Howdy, boy.
Boom.
Congrats, Scots.
Welcome, Scots. All right.
Well, I'll handle Scots. I'll take him down.
Welcome
let's
to the
go.
guild, sir.
Yep. Just DM me your
Sorry.
Polygon address. Prefer like a MetaMask address. All right, and I'll get that sent across.
Oh, also, while this next spin's happening, don't forget you need tokens too, right? To be a guild member. Isn't that the way it works?
No, that's just to be registered as like a token holder.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's-
that's like
so-
within the Discord you
Yeah,
can get
one fat Irish dad. I think he's
Dude,
already.
I'm giving.
He's,
Yeah.
he's
Is
definitely
he?
already a member. Yeah.
Alright, okay, well,
Yeah.
Okay, that's my bad. I forgot
lucky
to take.
slash
Forgot
unlucky.
to take him off
Spin
the
it
list.
again. Spin it again.
Right now he's going, what?
Oh, that's
Wait,
right.
I win.
Sarah sure says he also
Yeah,
already has
shoot.
membership.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry
there's
about that,
Story.
Sarah, sure.
We already
There
have
you
his
go,
address.
Okay, so Scory says Sarah Sure. That's right. I did know Sarah Sure was in the guild already. My bad.
Wait, so Scory's. Yeah, I've got your address, I think. So I'll handle Scott's and Score. Where's your address? Here it is.
Scroll
It's
up.
funny as we
Wait,
talk.
better confirm that that is indeed his Polygon address, and he didn't just paste the wrong thing.
Just he got
Okay.
excited.
Just like
and pasted
send your
whatever.
NFT into the oblivion.
What up, Blue
Well,
Bear?
that's
See Blue Bear
technically
checking in.
okay. Just that is okay. Like even if someone has an ETH address, it's the same address, so it'll be there waiting for them on Polygon when they get
It's
there.
vet
So it's
action.
important to
no,
note that you can do that.
Scory, send me like if you got a MetaMask setup,
It's,
just send me.
it's vet
send me
actually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
he
That-
gave
that
you his
was-
vet
that was-
address. So see, there you go. Confirm.
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna
Um,
want a Polygon address here.
This is true. Sorry, multitasking Berserk tournament landmark run. Didn't catch the details of the giveaway.
Yes, Berserk tournament. We will be covering that a little bit later in the show. Here we have 2 more wheel spins to get to. Good luck, Trista Red, the Beauties, the Beast, Sir Drinks, Kadik, and Faceless. Here we go. Spin number 3. Who we got
one fat
here?
Irish. That do I win VV land?
The Beauty is the Beast. Congratulations.
Nice.
First time appearance in By the Fire today. Congratulations on your victory
Welcome to
of
the
a
guild.
315 guild membership NFT.
Welcome to the guild.
You can message me on here through Twitch. Actually, I'm logged into the By the Fire Twitch. You can DM By the Fire your Polygon address, or Glitch Viking if you see him in the chat. Send him your Polygon address for your NFT to be sent to. You see him there? He just typed yellow. And all right, guys, last spin here. Good luck to our final 4. It is Faceless. Congratulations,
It's still
man.
moving. It's still moving.
That's-
There we go.
See,
Nice,
Faceless,
Faceless.
see, good things come to those who don't sleep. I mean, you said before that he hadn't slept yet.
Let's go. Yeah, Faceless usually is unable to make
Yeah,
it for our
because
shows.
it's like our show starts at 6 a.m. for Faceless, so
Yeah.
But
or-
that's- dude, I mean, you
Thank-
should have been
thanks.
we should have been awake for hours.
Thanks for getting up early for us, bud.
Seriously, now- now
Yeah,
you-
congratulations, Faceless.
Now you're gonna know what the GM token's all about, man. So you're gonna be invited
Yes.
to the guild and everything.
All right,
So-
our Mega Q, go back to our.
Sure. So, just to make sure I understand real quick, you did not need to have GM tokens, just the actual membership, right?
That's correct. And
Okay.
and you know, as soon as you have the membership, you know, the next block you'll be able to harvest GM from it. You know, as it sort of trickles off over as the emission comes out per block. So you know, it's sort of the other way around, right? You get the membership and then you get GM token, you know, coming at you.
So is it
Whether you
in
like
Discord?
whether you like it or not.
Is it in Discord whenever you are in Discord, that bot that puts you in a certain role or whatever? Is that where the tokens are needed? Because I remember there being some. Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 different roles in there. There's having a membership token, that NFT token, is one level, and that makes you a member of the guild specifically. And then we have another role that's just a token hodler. You know, whereas if you have 500 GM or more, then
Got it.
it marks you as a hodler. And we don't necessarily use that quite so much as just a tag, you know, for now. But it's, you know, our the exclusivity of the guild is 100% about the membership NFT tokens. Once you have one, then not only are you in the guild, but you're now able to enter the guild's DApp and use the membership minting function yourself. So once you have entered and have a membership, now you're able to go in and mint more of them. So now you're welcome to bring your own friends in, and you know, you're given that power to bring new members in. You know,
Perfect.
it's that hand-to-hand, word-to-mouth, so to speak.
Yes. All right. Well, Brian and Ryan, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. This was awesome. I hope.
Yes, sir.
Yep. I hope you guys all enjoyed getting a little bit of insight and everything going on with the 315 Guild. Some really great stuff being built here. So, guys, it was an honor having you on here. In the chat here, guys, I'm putting both of their Twitter handles at Brian in 802, at Brzezinski Ryan on Twitter. For you guys to follow up with these guys.
All right.
know where they're at on there. And also there's their website, 315guild.io as well.
And I just want to say thanks for having us, Bucky, and all you guys here at By
course,
the
man.
Fire. It's been a lot of fun working with you guys for the last few weeks. So this is going to be very exciting carrying on forward. I'm
Only
gonna
just beginning.
how about we do this every week? I'll throw you a membership to give away, and you can give it away every week on the show.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Dude,
Awesome.
that would be amazing.
So-
Ryan. Thank you.
Deal.
Until we run
go.
out, anyway.
So I want to take a quick moment, not too long, just to talk about stuff like that. There's been users that have already donated stuff for By the Fire giveaways. Hang in there, guys. We're gonna get to you. We're gonna be doing.
We will give away your shit. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry. And we'll hand your stuff out. It's coming.
What I want to say, it's not just going to a wallet and never going to see the light of day. We're going to do a sponsorship, thing set up, and we're going to make sure that we point you guys out for participating in this and being so generous. We really appreciate everybody,
Yep.
giving that kind of stuff away. So
Yeah, it has been a few weeks since we've done a giveaway, but so yeah, I'm happy we were able to get back into that today, and yeah, that will be, those will be coming as well. We'll also be touching in a little bit with our By the Fire Sedalian program we have going on. There's some cool giveaways involved with that as
Yep.
well. But
And yo, Scotty, send me your address, man, so I can get that sent to
Tots
you.
is having disconnection issues, so he's probably DC'd.
All right, I'll forgive him.
yes, but all right,
His service
Brian
is
and Ryan,
cool.
guys, thank you so very much.
Thank you, sir.
We'll
Appreciate
be
it.
in touch with you guys soon. Yes, absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your Saturdays.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Absolutely.
Yes. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Cheers off.
and y'all can just drop off whenever you're ready.
Yes. All right. Well, guys, so we are now jumping into, I mean, that was awesome. So, like I said, a little while back, Ryan reached out to me on Twitter. Because I remember I heard of 315 Guild and what they have going on. And, after I joined their Telegram a little bit ago, their Discord servers, and it is a really awesome community. They're doing a lot of awesome stuff in the Web3 space. It was amazing to see how fast they were able to get integrated with Vulcan Dex with their GM token. I know Brian worked with Floyd to get that all set up, so it's just really cool to have these guys as part of the Vulcan family now. Very, very good group of people.
Very exciting.
Yes, and we have the rest of our show to get into today, ladies and
Alright.
gentlemen. So
Let's
40-minute segment there.
And like the timer, I was saying before, and I was like, we should have just scrapped the timer for part of this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
Here we
all
go.
good.
Next.
But
segment.
so we may not average like 5 minutes for these moving forward, just because we're already an hour into the show. So we'll cover what needs to be covered with each of these topics, but just to keep that in mind, guys. So this next one here, this is By the Fire X Eco Agric Medium. So this was something that we put out the other day here. And if you want to toss me a screen share, then Mega, we will run through what's going on here.
Sure.
So we covered this last week, and actually right before the podcast today, I was in a meeting with some of the team of Eco Agric Uganda. They do meetings on Saturday at 11 a.m. EST, which is not ideal timing, seeing as we go live at noon EST. But they are doing some great stuff in Uganda, and so this is a Medium article here, which basically goes over what we're doing with our Sedalian program. And I want to give a huge shout out to MZ, who's been helping us big time with organizing our Discord server and in helping us with this. And so we currently have, I believe it's 31 Sedalians who are actively utilizing our plots, and we are generating money. So 100% of the lava we generate from the 50-50 lava share is getting donated to Eco Agric Uganda on a weekly basis. Our first full week, this week wasn't necessarily a full week, so our first full week of donations is going to be the following Friday, so this upcoming Friday, in terms of like, a week start to weekend. And then so from that point onward, we're going to have weekly recurring donations. We're in the process of getting a website set up where you're going to be able to see our, ideally, when the time comes, you'll be able to see who the top earners are, who in the Vulcanverse community is contributing their plots of land to this initiative. And it's just very, very exciting stuff. I'm happy to be working with Eco Agric. I'll scroll down a little bit here. So you can see this is one thing that we're going to be running in tandem with it for our Sedalians is essentially by hitting certain lava milestones, you receive a raffle ticket. So 150 lava in a 2-week period gets you a ticket. 300 lava in a 2-week period gets you 3 tickets. And then the top 10 earners of that bi-weekly period will earn 5 tickets each. And we'll be doing various drawings on here on By the Fire starting next week's episode will be our first live draw of these raffle tickets. And here, this segment down here is what does Eco Agric Uganda do and what will they be using the money for? I'll just read through this quick. And I mentioned today when I was meeting with them, I would love to have them on the podcast. We're going to aim for that next week, is to get them on a podcast, or we'll record a little AMA with them, some of the team that we post on YouTube at some point, where they just talk about what it is they're doing or what they will be doing with the funds and everything they have going on to help out with the people of Uganda. So here it says Eco Agric Uganda provides a wide variety of services to the people of Uganda in the villages where they operate. Initially, the program we will primarily be donating to is one that is teaching women and children how to grow and harvest mushrooms as a sustainable food source and way of generating income. We will also be contributing to funding the construction of a brand new mushroom grow house. This will be a safe and spacious place for kids to get an education, learn about growing mushrooms, and store their mushrooms as they grow. And so you can see some pictures here. This is expected to start in February 2022, which is our current time frame. Materials are being collected and put on the site. Here are some blueprints for the mushroom house that they're looking to build. And in addition to this, EcoAgric provides an abundance of services to the people of Uganda, including assistance for orphans and vulnerable children, environmental conservation, HIV/AIDS and health education, sustainable farming methods, technologies, and much more, all of which we will be helping to support through funds raised via Vulcan Forged gameplay. Check out their website here. And you have a link to the EcoAgric websites. And yeah, so this is an initiative that we are just getting started with. Very excited to grow and see what we can turn this into. And I will paste this Medium article in chat here. It's a very lengthy URL, which I did not intend for. It's just kind of how it came out when I published it. So I have been doing a bit.ly link that I don't have on hand. But the article's there, guys. I'll also paste the EcoAgric Uganda website that is going to be getting renovated shortly, as I'm being told.
Hey, also,
somebody just DM'd me
Mugdi,
that we have exactly 666 followers right now, so that's something to revel in.
That's 666.
Yeah.
so,
Stop it! Close down follows. No more.
Wait, where's my flamethrower?
So Mukti, just to show everybody, you had mentioned the tickets. We're working on getting those NFTs created. We had a little issue minting them recently.
And you know what? We can give a little bit of a leak here.
It's up on the screen.
Oh.
That's what.
So yep, here is. So these are going to be NFT raffle tickets distributed to our Sedalians, and our shout out to our Mega threw this together.
Yes.
But yeah, give you guys a little sneak peek of that there.
Yeah.
And,
he eventually got the design right.
Yeah, Rich. There's a lot of critics in my life. But yeah, no. I wanted to make sure that y'all knew that the NFTs were coming, and we were going to have those things minted pretty soon. That's, by the way, in case anybody didn't know on this stream, this has now been resolved from what I understand. So I'm going to be minting those pretty soon.
Yep.
But
awesome.
Let me get back to your screen share here. And then there you go. I just wanted to quickly pop in. And the next time we do something with this Sedalians thing, we should have like MZ on. I mean, I'm not trying to see her live on video just to make sure she is who she says she is or anything, but
MZ's in the chat right now.
Yeah,
MZ, you are more than what we would love to have you on, MZ, if that's something you're interested in. We will touch base with you on that soon, but that would be awesome.
She's so efficient and everything. I kind of feel like she's a robot of sorts. So
thematic, thank you, man.
I've had calls with her. She's a human. I'm fairly confident. Fairly confident.
I mean, we should technically vote to replace our Amiga with her.
I'm good with that.
Sorry.
I mean, there's no.
You can jump to our other scene, and then but yeah, guys. So that's what we're doing with EcoAgric. That's going to be a lot of developments to come with that. Something that we are very, very excited about. Raising money for a great cause like that through Vulcan Forged gameplay. It's a beautiful world we're living in. Something pretty cool that is being made possible through the Vulcan Forged player and ecosystem. and stay tuned on developments for that. We'll be tweeting out our totals each week, every full week, the amount of lava generated and the corresponding US dollar amount of the donation. Those will be posted on a weekly basis, and then bi-weekly we will be doing the raffle drawings for our Sedalians here on By the Fire every other week. So
fun stuff.
Yeah, very fun stuff in the works there. And now we'll jump into Vulcan AMA, which I actually tuned in right at. I got to my PC like literally right as it was wrapping up. So I missed it. But from what I heard, one of the big things to cover from this AMA, or one of the um, biggest points that were made, was about the first month of land staking being it's going to be distributed using lava instead of PYR, just to test the system, make sure everything is good before going out there with running it as it's meant to be intended with the PYR tokens. So Walt and GV, if you guys have a little bit of insight into exactly how that's going to look for the first month with the lava distribution versus PYR tokens.
It's going to be based on the same basis as what the PYR is going to be, just to make sure that the flows are working absolutely correctly live. So yeah, there's not much difference really. It's literally just it is just to experiment with it, make sure nothing is not working properly, and make sure that the flows, because again, all the flows had to be changed when we changed the wallet system and how everything was distributed. Everything had to be, it was just turned up on its head, like upside down. And yeah, it's just to guarantee that when we're going live with such a large amount of PYR, that there's no mistakes, there's nothing wrong happening. But then it's like as soon as that month is gone, bam, we're straight into PYR. Things are back on track. There's massive improvements in the back end.
We just
all
had
the different portals are up.
A little bit happened since that was created, from what I understand. That's why we're wanting to make sure everything, cautious. Cautious is the key here.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, might as well test it, make sure it works before.
Absolutely no, no running into things. The 2022 is a huge year. There is so much happening at the same time across the board. Like, there's so many teams involved. It's just a case of guaranteeing that absolutely everything is working fine. We're putting a complete stop to releasing things ahead of time. It's just got to be bit by bit with 100% guarantees. And yeah, we're just upping the quality, upping everything. So
that statement glitch, I almost wish I could somehow tag your audio with a heart, as an emoji, just like releasing things when
he wants to react. He's too used to Discord. He's trying to react to your sentence.
I was about to type something. I was like, he's already said 10 things after that. It doesn't make any sense anymore. So
just throwing your heart at me. It's okay. I love you too, Omega.
There we go.
Well, this Google Drive, you said this is viewable to share. Anyone that has the link can watch the video.
Yeah, I set it to public share. So it's as long as you have the link, you're good.
So guys, the recording of the AMA, I just posted it there in our chat. So if you guys want to listen back to any of that, it looks like it was 51 minutes long.
So Walt, is this the video or is this the audio only?
That is, well, we never stripped it, so that's an MP4 file with a black screen.
So there you go, everybody.
Yeah, Peter asks, is it true we get less lava in value against PYR?
I think he's asking in terms of the fact that it's 500,000 lava versus
it's a test.
Again, it is just a test. And we don't want to put a gigantic amount of lava, because it would it would be a huge amount of lava for that first month, and that would just completely tank the lava market. That's why it is literally just being done like that to guarantee that everything is working fine before the switch, because it's literally just going to be a switch over. It's nothing complicated on that front. So yeah, if we did the same amount in lava for that first month, then the lava market would just absolutely crash, because it's a micro cap token, and not all of the use cases are live yet. We'll be getting to a few of those later. So yeah, we can't just release the exact same amount of PYR. It's just to check that everything is working correctly. So yeah, it's not the same amount, obviously.
Yeah, That would be a lot of lava getting tossed out there.
It would be a humongous. I think it would actually be, I think, nearly the equivalent amount of the actual market cap of lava in that first month.
Yeah, it was like what 20 and change million to be like equivalents.
So yeah, it's
Mucky, you just freaked me out, man. Like I thought it was because I need more sleep or something, but
yeah, no,
I
I forgot I was in the by the fire account.
Yeah, I was like, did I just type LOLL? What the heck? Like I don't remember doing that. So it looked like I was laughing at myself with myself. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So I guess Fudd just asked if there's going to be a bug bounty. I don't know if that y'all were talking about that or not, but
was that covered in the AMA? Something in regards to a bug bounty. I personally have not heard anything about that.
Oh, there was a I remember now, there was a question in the AMA questions, but I honestly felt like Glitch just kind of went right over it.
So he might very well have.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was intentional or if that was,
it
just
always
oops.
is.
Yeah, strategic.
It's a strategic. I forgot.
Glitch, are you muted?
No.
Okay. It looked like he was talking.
Glitch,
And I couldn't hear.
What was the class just talking about?
what?
Exactly.
Next question.
Next question, please.
Next question, next topic. We got Vulcanverse updates. Some updates on things going on within Vulcanverse, and there's actually a nice video, that we have playing there, and I did these on Sky's computer, so I don't have them pulled up in front of me. Give me 1 sec here, guys, as I pull up the tweets that we have set aside here in regards to the updates.
So what is this that we're looking at on this video, Glitch? Is that this?
That is clearly the Hades revamp. It's
very nice and sunny. No rain.
Yes, it's
interesting.
It's before Trapjaw lost his legs. As you can see,
you're going to see him walking around.
Yeah, as you can see behind me, you got Trapjaw there with
walks backwards everywhere. Got it.
Yeah, absolutely.
With his wrong directional legs.
Well, dude, I mean, come on. It's it wasn't.
He was already confused enough. I mean, why not
exactly.
Well, and it's not even a tunic anymore because it doesn't cover the upper half of its body. It's just straight up a dress now or a skirt.
But yeah, so I have the updates pulled up here. So this was, I think it was yesterday, right, when the new avatar models, or was that the day before yesterday?
Yep.
One of those two, but it says, I have a screenshot of the tweet without the timestamp on it, so I can't see when it was posted. But it says enormous update on the verse today, focusing on visuals, new avatar models and animations, which are looking sweet. There's still the hair is stagnant and all that, but in terms of how the avatars look, huge upgrade there. I love how the new avatars run, the way it feels just to control the character in the verse. Allows
even the new idle animations now with the old arm
stretchy
around.
Yeah, the zombie pits look really interesting. It's like everybody's getting ready for a run. Walt said.
Yeah, it's like everybody's getting ready for a marathon, but nobody ever leaves. They just stand there stretching.
So is this what I was asking though, Glitch? Is this video that we're seeing right now? Is that just Arcadia, just the stream in Arcadia, or is that something different?
Yeah, I think it's just like a flyover graphical update on like the Arcadia revamp.
So okay.
Looks pretty damn clean. So
my GPU fan is spinning up in excitement.
Like I actually can't wait to finally log in on my new laptop just to put this into max. And
new laptop,
bro. There's no laptop that you could possibly have bought to slap this baby into Max, and it's not gonna hover off the table.
I know it's impressive, Glitch, but I'm just saying.
Max is a pipe dream.
No, don't crush my dreams.
Just make sure to live stream it. Yeah, make sure to live stream it with your desktop webcam, so if it explodes, we have it on video.
It's like the last moments of Glitch.
It just creates
resolution scale 3. Starts fucking smoking.
It just creates like a really nice atmosphere as the smoke starts coming out from the desk.
It was getting a little bit chilly. Fire. It was getting a little chilly in Spain. It's now
really looks like Hades
free
now.
Internal house heater.
Right, so getting through the rest of these topics, we have allow Sedalians to use NFT clothes.
Good man.
Which I didn't actually know that they weren't able to initially, but very nice for the Sedalians out there. Aphrodite and Demeter buffs. I'm not sure if those have gone live yet. I don't think I saw anything. So I know Aphrodite's got the the flower.
Flower power.
The flower power effects. What Demeter buffs are going to be released with this updates?
Walking sideways when you walk forward. The party animal. So it's like the Demeter's the like party god, right?
No, she's like the god of harvest. And,
that was
you're thinking of Dionysius. You're thinking of Dionysius.
Oh gosh, they're so
the
close.
party god.
That guy's my soul. He's like
my spirit god.
Exactly. He's my spirit animal god, whatever.
Got it.
Tristan,
you'll see tomorrow when we're all in a meeting.
Okay, so those Demeter effects are going in for like I assume faster seeds. Okay, gotcha. Sprouting and harvesting. Okay. We have Notice Pyramid models and decorations updated. The Notice Pyramids, I did actually check those out yesterday. They're looking very, very nice. I really should have had some of the upgraded screenshots prepared here to put those up. But the Volcano model updated as well. If you guys have not seen the Volcano in Hades yet, you can actually like climb inside of it and jump up to the top now, which is cool. There used to be like an invisible barrier going on. But that got a visual upgrade. Looking very, very nice. And now I think that was the last one, but I lost my tweet there.
Yeah, I think that was the one.
Oh, and new Arcadia patch, which you are watching a video of on the screen right now. And so yeah, very solid week of updates in regards to Vulcanverse, new avatar models, animations, Sedalians using NFT clothes, Aphrodite and Demeter buffs, the Notice Pyramid models and decorations updated, Volcano model updated, and the new Arcadia patch. And then there's a nice little $ PYR, and then this video was attached to that tweet as well.
Nice. So Vulcan Runner. I hear Walt's been playing.
Yes,
playing a little bit of running.
Yeah. Vulcan Runner has been.
It was funny last night. It was funny last night in the Philo channel, as they got the first taster of the Vulcan Runner. I'm not going to say that there was a little bit of a competition going in on there. Everybody was kind of pitching themselves against each other.
I definitely didn't sit here playing aimlessly for hours on end, so I could keep beating, and then dude came in with some sort of killer score, so now I've got to destroy dude.
Yeah, dude.
From what I understand, Scott's is still playing.
I know. Wow, that was crazy.
Still in the same run from yesterday.
Faceless. It was released for Philosopher in the Philosopher Council chat. For Philosophers mods and staff to check out as like a little first teaser. But it's like as a first release, it's one of the like smoothest games that we've seen. It's very, very fun. This is gonna be a big one. And just with the Frenzy Pass, the idea of how you have like the one. Like it's very similar, like analogous to putting a quarter in an arcade machine and getting a turn at a game. Like you'll just spend one lava to get a Vulcan Run turn, and it's gonna be fun. Like seeing the scores people come up with here, it's gonna get competitive, I'm sure.
Well, as it was already.
Yeah, as I said, just for the record right now, it's already like what 30 minutes, Walt, to like keep a run going on. That's like.
Well, if you like because you max out speed, right? So if you're gonna get to those scores, like to get to dude score. You might be running for like 10, 15 minutes. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm like, but it's like to get to like the high 500-600 is like 3-4 minutes, and then it starts stacking. But this is also only just like the teaser because it says level 1 at the beginning, so it's like we're to assume that there's going to be different quadrant segments because he's just very much running through Arcadia right now. Yeah. So like from my understanding, there'll be different
other
levels.
Quadrants. That's going to be sweet.
Well,
the speed cap's out too, so I feel like as we enter harder levels, the speed cap is 1,000 right now in this. Like you can see in the bottom left corner, he kind of has a speed rating, so it does kind of cap out. But there was a lot of us just playing last night to just get the higher score. No lava, no XP, just old school. I want to be better than you.
I've only seen Glitch play, and I think Glitch was lasting like 5-6 seconds.
Dude,
he got to 10.
There was a whole bunch of the Philos in chat who were like, I can't get more than 20. I can't get more than 30. I'm like, dude, I got 30 within like the first 3 seconds of being alive. Like, how are you scoring so low?
Faceless, the highest score was dude.
1,000 is something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 1900 and change.
Jeez.
Which is like far and away the high score right now.
Yeah, Roman showed me up and he got 5 something to my like 4 something, and then I got like 8 something this morning, but it still wasn't quite dude's 19, so I'll be back at it later.
Yes.
Same. Yo, what up, T McClarty? Welcome in, bro.
Timmy.
So anything else on Vulcan Runner?
Yeah, that's good for Vulcan Runner. But yeah, guys, it's out right now for a limited group. But I mean I don't know
Not yet, Scorsese.
if there's a date set for when it's getting released to the community, the first testing. But I'm sure you guys can expect that very soon.
Right now, it's a Philosopher's buff that they were able to play it before it gets released. Just to answer Scorsese's question.
Yeah. So now, so we got some additional info on the Troy airdrop the other day. So we will jump into there. This is a tweet Jamie put out from the Vulcan Forged Twitter. We're giving out 1,000 free Troy plots to 1,000 lucky mortals. Simply hold 25 PYR in your Vulcan account and have 50 XP and you're in with a chance. One of 3 ways to get free lands on the 14th of February. So this is in 2 days. So it's going to be on this Monday. Make sure you guys have 25 PYR in your Vulcan account and at least 50 XP, and you will, I guess, just automatically be in the running. Yep, you'll be eligible. And then so I mean 1,000 plots. That's like, do you know off the top of your head, Walter Gifi, how many like, well, I guess you guys wouldn't be able to know how many have 25 PYR and 50 XP, but I wonder, like, that's might be a decent % chance.
Oh, it's a pretty massive chance.
Yeah. So make sure if you guys get that done by Monday. I assume there will be a screenshot done sometime in the morning GMT Monday for all wallets that have 25 PYR and 50 XP. And that'd actually be interesting if to know how many wallets are in the running here. If it's like a 50% chance, 30%, but either way, I think it's gonna be decent. If you hold 1K PYR, are you good? Yes. Yeah. As if you got 50 XP. I assume it's just all wallets scores.
Yeah, so I was like, well, I mean, you're supposed to, like, 1,000 is higher than 25, so
yeah,
pretty sure you're good.
Yeah, so you'll be good.
It will be it will be polylayer PYR as well.
Yeah. So wait, Amakti, just to because you just said you're pretty sure it's any wallets, but just to make sure we're clear, I think it's Vulcan wallets.
Oh, sorry.
I think he just meant any wallets.
Yeah, I just wanted to be clear in case anybody got the wrong report. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Omega. That's true. Yeah. So Polygon PYR in your MyForge account, 25 PYR, 50 XP. Get some VV grinding going if you're not at 50 XP at some Berserk games. And good luck everyone on
Speaking
Monday.
of Berserk, man,
which exchanges have Firematic, Binance, Gate.io, Ascendex, or you can bridge some tokens over to Polygon and buy directly on Vulcan Dex, which is the highly recommended route to go.
Yep, using Matic or USDC or
correct
any of the options. Yeah, so that was some info coming in regards to Monday and the Troy airdrop. So not sure if they're getting distributed that day, but that's likely when the snapshot for it is going to be.
Oh yeah, Vulcan Dex has been up and running. For bridging.
No, he got you. He got you.
The thing is, with bridging, if you're using the same wallet that you're going to be using for the Dex, the bridge is. I was talking about this the other day. The bridge is not some magical tool. Like, it's going to still have the same sort of interface that any other bridge has.
Vulcan's not going to sponsor.
You can use it's just going to be within our.
You're not sponsoring my $200 ETH bridge fee. I'm out.
Rage quit. And so yeah, like you can just use any current bridge. You can even you can bridge directly using Rubik Finance. You can use the Polygon bridge. You can use a lot of different bridges. So yeah, it's going to be the same process. It's just going to be a link that you can directly click from within MyForge and the Vulcan Dex page itself. In fact, I believe I haven't checked that in a couple of days.
Yo, what up, Beard the Bard?
Oh, Beard. Hello.
Beardy.
Hop.exchange.
Long time no Bard.
Super easy plus potential airdrop. I'll actually have to check that out. I've not heard of Hop Exchange.
Look at you dropping the alpha, fam. Let's go.
I appreciate that.
By the fire.
Cool looking website.
By the fire financial advice.
Beard is always dropping the alpha. All right, so
yeah, I'm not even looking. I'm just headed over there. He might have just sent me to a virus, and I still clicked it.
Wait a second. Why do I have so much Matic on that account all of a sudden?
Oh, it's a reverse scam.
Wait, whose wallet are you looking at?
Oh, it's one of mine. It's one of mine. Okay, so yeah, you've got Polygon, Gnosis, Optimus, and Arbitrum Bridge over on Hop Exchange. All right, cool. Nice, nice.
Glitch, how many wallets do you have across all your accounts on all chains? Just pop in like, oh,
Um,
didn't realize I have this much manic in here.
1, 2, 3.
I'm
There are
breaking up.
nine MetaMask wallets on this desktop. I think my laptop's got about 4, and yeah, I've got a handful of Bentley wallets lying around, plus all the other chain wallets.
I hope you're good at backing shit up, Glitch, because that's if
I
MetaMask
back it.
decides.
I back everything up, and I do security updates like every month where I go across everything, making sure everything is in its place. So yeah, don't you worry about me. And
Nice.
always people always, run frequent checkups on where you have your stuff stored, your passwords, your seed phrases, everything. Just it doesn't matter how many you have. It doesn't matter if it's going to take you 2 hours to go through them. I'll do it at least once a month.
Yeah, that's
You're
very
probably-
good advice.
Yes,
Probably right
Tristan.
catastrophe.
Yes, Tristan, back up, write down. Yep.
You should probably just write them all over little scraps of paper and not keep track of them anywhere. That's the best way to
Yes.
do it.
Sounds like a plan.
It is. It is.
Post, do that on Post-it notes and just throw them loosely in a drawer.
I mean, you don't have to be sitting in a Faraday cage.
Don't
like
even
Glitch is
label.
right now,
Don't
but-
even label them. Don't even
No, no.
label them,
Safe.
the keys.
It makes it more interesting. It's like, oh, what is this one?
Saucepan.
Inside. All right, so
Yeah.
Berserk updates. Let's switch the
Awesome.
conversation.
Yeah, so-
Berserk updates.
So this initially was going to be a section where we covered the Berserk card auctions that went up this past week. A bunch of common cards were posted at 50 PYR each, starting bid. But literally like 30 minutes before we went live here today, this Medium article was posted. Going Berserk at Vulcan Forged, a roadmap for our Vulcanite strategy playthrough. I skimmed through this quick before we went live here, and there's some really cool stuff mentioned in this article that I had not seen mentioned previously in regards to things going on with Berserk. So I figured we might as well just pull this up, and this may be a first look at this article for a lot of you guys in chat, unless you happen to read it already. But let's take a look at what's going on here. Berserk, our digital collectible card game, is going from strength to strength. Already the second biggest Vulcan Forge game, the new year has seen a few behind-the-scenes changes to spearhead this much-loved strategy card game. And real quick, the tournaments just started today as well. So
Yeah.
Legendary League, Starter League. So Berserk is coming back into the limelight here. A lot of good stuff coming. So good luck to you guys who are playing in this upcoming tournament. I
Hey, Monkey,
believe you.
see if you can zoom in just a little bit for everybody, just so you can.
Yep.
There you go. Awesome.
Yes, here we go. So I love to see this right here, team expansion. The Berserk team is growing. Sheldon, aka knowledgeable community member, Dude MK3, has joined Vulcan Forged full-time as Berserk project lead, which huge shout out to Dude. Like, he does a phenomenal job, and I'm very happy to see that he's being brought on as full-time Berserk project lead. The
Wait,
development team,
is that dude MK3's name? Real name Sheldon?
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, that's
It
funny.
says here, Sheldon, aka knowledgeable community member.
Hey, how about you stop laughing at the man's name, Armega? There's a
I'm not
thought.
laughing at it. It's Sheldon's a smart guy. That's all I'm saying.
Well, easy there, easy there. I also wonder because Jamie calls him Dudamek, and I'm like, is it Dude MK or is it Dudamek? Like,
Yeah, that could be. I always read it as Dude MK3. But
so have I, but I've heard Jamie call him Dudamek on multiple occasions.
I think it's
What up-
it's
what
a
up,
lot more
Outrageous?
fun saying dude.
It's Polish.
yeah, I just like Dude. Keep it easy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I use Dude a lot anyways as like bro.
I think it's
or-
Oh,
funny
no.
when you're in a room
I'm gonna
and
start
you say,
tagging
hey,
him with
dude.
Sheldon now.
Everybody's like,
Like-
hey, what's going on? Then you're like, no, dude, MK. Never mind.
Yeah, some more Berserk Alpha here. The development team has also added 3 new members of staff, and a second full-time QA team after the one for Vulcanverse has been brought on board to begin thoroughly testing the existing game and checking upcoming implementations to ensure smooth, bug-free, or as close as possible release.
That is awesome.
That
Mhm.
that is huge. Like, that's very, very good stuff to hear there. And that's how, I mean, I would assume how a lot of top tier AAA game studios do things when they like test new games. So because I Berserk has had like some bugs going on, like mostly desync issue things and stuff like that, but once it is client based and we have this testing going on, like that's going to remove a lot of those bug experiences that happen in game a lot of the time, I'm sure. And next section here, community maketh the game. Berserk is all about community, and from this helpful, supportive community, a test team has been assembled. These eager testers will look to check and improve upcoming release features and content. This will help with game balance and provide feedback and more bug testing earlier and more frequently.
Is he
A,
talking about the elite alpha testers there?
the same thing before Berserk,
Awesome.
it sounds like. Yeah. A content rollout plan has been outlined for the year. New cards, new features, better stat tracking, shiny borders, seasons, tournaments, and goodies galore. The roadmap is being made available for players and supporters to track progress of the team. So that is very, very exciting stuff here. Like season one was, it was a little bit, there were some bugs we had to deal with back then, but it was like an absolute blast though when that thing was in full swing. And season two's something a lot of us have been anticipating a long time now. So to see all this rolling out is awesome. I also want to take the time to give a quick shout out to LeBlanc, who runs the Berserk.
I mean, the quality of the content that they produce for that is, it's just
Yeah,
fantastic.
this is awesome. Was this him who did this, or was this Renee or someone?
With the spinning image
yeah,
there, I'm
yeah,
pretty sure that is a LeBlanc special.
yeah, that is
Nice.
awesome.
It's
Like this
his
is so cool.
their little studio. Yeah.
Yeah, he crushes it with the Berserk,
Oh yes.
the Berserk socials.
Hey, Mukta, you might want to also mute Telegram or something.
I don't think that's me. Is it me? Or
No, I
is
was
it
just saying it pops up every now and then, just so you know.
Oh, gotcha. Here, let me.
Anyway,
Okay.
sorry.
Yep, I closed it. And we'll just read through here. Expanded scope. Our vision for Berserk has grown significantly from the initial seed of an idea where Berserk initially flourished on WebGL. It has now exceeded its limitations. As such, the team are working on a PC application version and will be dropping web support for Berserk completely. This is due to complete around this is due to be complete around early to mid-March. From then on, the game will only be available as a mobile app and downloadable PC app, which I'm
Nice.
a big fan of.
Yeah. So we
This
don't
should
have to
provide
depend on Brave anymore. That's the big takeaway.
yes, thank
Taking up our
goodness.
resources.
This should provide much greater stability and enable a far greater scope for future development with less restrictions and issues. And some more beautiful Berserk card artwork here, the two Hades legendaries. And we will also, so this little image here is very, very cool, which we'll definitely gonna want to touch on this. Harder, better, slower, stronger. So what can be expected from the coming year for Berserk? A structured content release, slower, more predictable. A structured content release, slower, more predictable. In general, better. Once the game reaches stability and season 2 begins, content updates will slow to a single post-season patch or two at most to apply new balance, new content bug fixes ready for the upcoming season. There will be 6 seasons to the year. Each season will run for 3 weeks, followed by a week of tournaments. There will then be an off season of 1 month to review data, implement balance changes, bug fixes, new rules, and content. That is very, very hype there. So 6 seasons on the year. There will be an off season. So 6 seasons followed by a week of tournaments, then an off season for balance changes, bug fixes, new rules, and content. So, damn guys, Berserk is gonna be looking a lot different here in the near
Yeah,
future.
getting the ramp up it deserves.
Yeah, seriously, this is really, really good stuff here. And then also the new cards coming as well. New cards, new release method. From this point forward, all new cards will follow the same 3-step process before being sold as NFTs. The card set will go onto the beta test server for community feedback and balance changes. The card set will be released to the public for free to everyone for 1 season. The cards and season stats will be reviewed and balanced if necessary. Finally, they'll be minted to NFTs ready for sale. So this is saying everyone will have access as cards get introduced for the first season. Those new cards are in play. Everyone will have access to them for the first season, which is awesome. And then after that, they'll be minted as NFTs ready for sale for future seasons.
That is really cool, Mukti, because people can actually play, use them, and develop strategies, and then afterwards go after purchasing them on the market when everything
Yeah,
changes. I love that idea.
And it really allows as well for nice stable balancing between seasons before things get immortalized in the blockchain, just to make sure like certain things can be nerfed, and yeah, it just
Yeah,
allows for it allows for better balancing.
That is a great idea. I like that a lot. And the reason behind this is that all cards will receive a wide amount of play testing before being immutably locked into an ability or power level. All players will have the ability to construct varied decks each season, but if they find a build they particularly like, they will eventually have to buy the cards to keep playing that deck. And here are some of the new cards here, which um, if you guys, it's kind of hard to see here with the text, but this is here on the medium. If you guys want to check out some of the new cards that will be coming in the new season.
It's like Renee has gone above and beyond. Like some of the artwork that is here is just,
Yeah,
wow.
there is some amazing.
I'm
art
just
on
psyched about a Stargate and Berserk. That's pretty cool.
a
The
Stargate.
mirror shield should really just be called Stargate because that's what I mean. It's in a desert.
I
It's a
know,
big round
it's-
circle. Come on.
What's Stargate from?
Oh my gosh. Okay, everybody, just
Right.
ignore what you just heard.
Yeah,
Mukti's still
like-
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Mukti,
We
you and
can-
I,
I wish-
talk after show.
I don't think we can be friends anymore.
I have to open a new tab now and Google Stargate.
Oh my
What?
gosh,
Seriously?
dude.
It's 1995. Okay, so it's a sci-fi series. I'll have to check.
Yeah, we'll talk later, man.
93%. It's got good reviews. All right.
So Mugdy is just discovering Stargate on live on stream. Everybody. Yep.
He was busy. He was busy. But
the chat is up. The chat is upset.
What do you mean he's busy? Was he been busy since 1995?
look at Sky. Sky's
That's
defended him.
before Muggsy was born.
Fair point. Okay.
I was
Okay.
5 and I still know, man.
Pretty sure it was before I was born too. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right, Vulcan's Vault here. Vulcan's Vault. A new approach to the Origins card sets. I'm gonna have to check out Stargate at some point. Vulcan's Vault is a new approach to the Origins card set, the original 40 NFT cards, and our clever. I actually remember this being discussed a little while ago. This is a really cool idea here. It's our clever way of solving the rental conundrum for NFT cards. Vulcan's Vault will be a monthly premium pass that will enable temporary access to a variety of NFT cards, price TBA. The earnings from which will be distributed back to the NFT owners who choose to lock their cards up for the month.
Wow.
This provides much greater access to the limited pool of NFT cards, but at the same time provides the ability for yield farming of those assets that only grows with the popularity of the game. More details on Vulcan's Vault are to follow in a more in-depth article later. So it's almost like a way of
When
staking your
staking it,
Berserk
yeah.
cards.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so you put them up in this pool for people to use, and it sounds like, or I would assume, the more that it's used, the more cards you have in there, the larger distribution of the yield and the payout you will get.
It's
So-
like GameFi meets DeFi.
It's like
super.
Sedalians.
Yeah,
Sedalians
it's a
meet Berserk.
really, it's a really fun concept. It kind of, yeah, as you say, Sedalians meet Berserk, but because it was going to be super difficult to tie Berserk rentals in with the Sedalian program as it is, and the concept that they came up with, it is brilliant. It's kind of a mix of like adaptations from other card games and how they go about their card rentals, and yeah, I mean there's been a lot of thought put into this, and as always, like the end game is make sure that the value balance for the cards, the owners, and who is renting them, it has to be something that benefits everyone.
So
yeah,
Glitch, serious question: is this going to be a replacement of sorts for any kind of booster packs, or is that still on the table?
No. You'll think a couple of lines down that it mentions booster packs. So,
Okay, cool. That's because that's one of my biggest
Yeah.
things. Like I'm all.
Oh
all
no,
in.
like like we're talking. Some of these cards are going to be multiple thousand editions. Like some of the basic cards, as we go up, we're wanting to build this game out into something massive. So for it to be massive, it has to be massively accessible on the lower levels as people grind their way up.
Yeah.
So that's going to really need to have little packs of small purchases where people can slowly build their decks, have a chance to get slightly higher rarity cards within these booster packs. But it has to be accessible. Then once you've got all these cards and you can start smashing out seasons, that's where all the fun begins.
So is there any potential for? I mean, the design and the idea behind it. Is there any potential for me to
Let's
buy?
jump to our cams, or Mega. Then
All
we'll
right.
start off.
Is there any potential for me to buy like a 10 booster packs and end up with a really nice rare card, or is that just not ever going to happen? Do I have to?
Oh, we will make sure that you never get any high rarity in
And
any,
by
any
me, I
pack that
mean
you
the
buy.
community.
The average.
Well, again, we haven't released any details on how the booster packs are going to be made yet. But I mean, we have to go with what works since forever when it comes to card games and booster packs.
Yeah.
There's no point in reinventing the wheel on something that has worked infallibly for decades.
I
You
don't-
don't want to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's well said.
Is a online card game like that? Does it compare to real life card games, like physical card games? Because that's where, when I was younger, that was one of my biggest things, is buying all these booster packs, spending all my money on the booster packs, hoping to get in Magic.
Oh no, absolutely. That's the whole point of it. You want to have a system that is similar to games like Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Old school and new school. You want to add in that fun kind of the suspense of when you get the whatever pack you get and opening it up and discovering you have got something rare as hell.
That's okay. Cool. That's
But
fun.
again, the details on this, don't hold me to anything. But the details on this are not set in stone. But yeah, it is likely the direction that is moving it. I'm not the Berserk guy. We will absolutely get Dude on the show to discuss
Yeah.
Berserk.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will drag him on here.
So what I
And-
just heard was Monday. All right, sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, Monday, absolutely. Yeah.
Season
Yeah.
2 just started 5 seconds ago. Get to it.
Seriously.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
Mukti, we were doing
shout-
show prep. Go ahead, Glitch.
Sorry. Shout out to Wild Vulcanite for this screenshot of Hades. Clearly, this is
She's-
the best
She's
look for
inside.
a.
She's
Oh,
inside she's inside
Yeah.
the volcano. I took
Yeah.
screenshots like that yesterday.
that is so.
This is-
So Soder takes on like a volcanic effect. That is so
Well,
cool.
it's the best thing that we can do for Arcadian Vulcanites. It's like it's a slow. It's more of a slow roast.
Mhm. The light emission is very strong from the volcano Mukti,
Yes.
so it kind of just makes any Vulcanite a Hades edition.
Oh god, that is really cool.
perfect.
That
It's
looks awesome.
perfect. It is
Yeah, look at
absolutely perfect.
the
So
antlers.
that wasn't altered at all. That's actual, just a screenshot.
That
Yeah,
is a
if
screenshot that
yeah.
Wild
That is
Vulcanite
really
posted.
nice.
Tristan is like-
So
Yeah,
to take,
go to the volcano and summon some Volks. You'll see.
so to take a moment to identify where Vivi is going. This is really nice to be able to see the interaction between the Vulcanites themselves. Now I don't know if avatars are going to do this too, but the Vulcanites to take on the environment and be able to react to the environment the way they look. That is really a big deal.
I don't think
that-
it's intentional. I think it's just the
No,
light
thi-
emission is
thi-
too
this is-
strong. Like,
No, but that's to see them. I mean, to be honest with you, you can.
It's
that's
a feature, Walter.
reflecting-
It's a feature.
Yeah, but no, that's a
Yeah.
reflecting.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what we're talking about here, but if the
No, of course,
Vulcanite
particles
is
and
reflecting-
lights. Particles and lights. They have to. They all bounce off each other. So yeah, it's almost like an unintentional feature of something actually working as it's supposed to. So
I don't
yeah.
know
Just
if you were
they
trying to
can just
troll
leave it
me on
in.
that comment, but that sounded pretty good, Glitch. I'm just
Give
gonna
me-
hand it to
absolutely.
you.
1 minute, I will be right back.
Sounded technical as fuck, man. All right. Oh no, Mukti's run away.
Yeah.
he's gone.
He's gone for coffee.
So Mukti's still there, Mr. Potato Head hanging over the chair.
Yeah.
We can.
All right.
So let's go ahead and
Game changers.
Yeah, VV Game Changers. Let's talk about that, Glitch. You wanna start us off there? You wanna
Sorry,
read
what?
the tweet in there? Go over all the Vulcan Forged Game Changers, like all the things that are changed.
Oh yes,
recently.
sorry, I need to. Well, I know what the word changes means.
You're welcome.
Thank God.
Like, I mean, do you want to read them out for me as well, just in case I forgot how to read?
The first word is frenzy. Just there you go. Go ahead. Good.
Sis.
What is behind this hand?
I'm number one.
Frenzy system, Tartarus / to earn. Well, 5 game changer we're adding to Vulcanverse to enhance gameplay and interactivity. So Frenzy system, obviously everybody knows that Frenzy system is it's like essentially a battle pass for accessing the different areas that we have within Vulcanverse. Tartarus with the / to earn, which has had a major update recently, and that's only going to be getting better. The feedback, the devs are taking everything on board and implementing what they can as and when they can. The feedback is just unbelievable for all of these games. There's a point I tried to make the other day in one of the groups, which is these games are being built live. They're being built, and normally you would have a year, 2 years, 3 years of silence from development teams. You wouldn't see the games. You would see trailers. You would see images of things as they get updated. Maybe if you're lucky, you're literally playing these games as they're being built around you. Which is very unique. It also brings with it all the complications because you get to see all the complications and all the frustrations that developers are dealing with. So it
You
is
also get to have your
it is
input too. That's
exactly,
another
but
big part.
you have your input, and we also get to massively smash out bugs at a much quicker rate because there's a lot, it's a much larger um, testing base. We have the entire community is forwarding any issues everywhere. They're very large games, so there's a lot of minor issues. It helps a lot, but yeah, it's just cool to see. You gotta innovate. You gotta try and do things differently. I reckon. I see a lot of the other blockchain games where there is no real access to them, and in this case, everybody has full access. So we're just doing things differently. NPC NFTs for users to create their own quests. Now, this is a really cool one. You're going to be able to buy NFT NPCs where you're going to be able to
That
basically
is awesome.
yeah, it is a super cool one where you're going to be able to use those NPCs for creating your own quests. Now, there's going to be a lot more information coming on that. Very exciting.
Is
Um, it's
Hey, Glitch,
very
is that
it
going
is
to be one NFT per quest, or is that same NFT going to be able to use for multiple quests? I mean, what's the idea behind it, at least?
I don't have the details in front of me. So next question.
That makes me think
Um,
of One Fat Irish Dad because he's got some very cool stuff going on with quest lines and stuff. And
I really just forgot that one fat Irish dad was actually, when you said the name, I was thinking you were just describing somebody that you remembered.
oh,
It's like,
oh,
yeah, I remember one fat Irish dad. I was like, well, dude,
yeah.
it's not very nice.
This one guy.
Pretty rude.
Yeah, no, it's rude.
It's like that's how I entered his phone number in my phone. I never got his name.
So now every time he calls, it's like, pops up.
Well, it's
Oh, this
all
is one fat Irish guy.
Yeah. He's the Bard of Boreas. He'll have us know.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, this is gonna be awesome for you, Ophid. Is we'll see how things develop with these NPC NFTs, but
Yep. No,
That
it's
sounds
a,
cool. Though.
oh my gosh, yeah.
Gladiator Arena in Troy. So the access in Troy for a PvP arena to kick the absolute living shit out of your enemies. Walter, you're going down. I'm just gonna hound you until you cry.
Glitch, you don't know how to play video games. I'm not scared. Like
I
Five
only
seconds,
do.
Glitch. 5
he can only
seconds.
just
It's the
just beat me
keyboard.
in. Yeah, he can
Yes.
just beat me in tennis and golf and mini golf on the VR.
Dude, those are hardcore games.
Yeah, you
Black
gotta shine somewhere.
It just moves on.
Exactly. God damn it. I am so gonna kick your ass in mini golf. Blacksmith forging materials. So yes, the addition of being able to forge items with your materials, with the blacksmithing system, that is up and coming. So again, it's just adding all these extra layers. They're not extra layers, they're the basic layers of this style of game. But you're just seeing them being rolled out. And this is really cool because you can create items. There'll be the ability to actually merge rarities of materials as well, which is going to massively help the excess of certain materials for the ones that you need more of. And yeah, and defense and espionage to go live. That they're in advanced stages of testing, so we'll soon be able to defend your plots and be able to spy on Walter, which is good.
Excuse
Well,
me?
Excuse
me?
My mute
You're
was on.
excused. You're excused.
All right, good. See y'all later.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, 5 big game changers there. One thing I am curious about with espionage that you may or may not know, GB. I'm not sure in regards to how that looks. So is the intention for that is basically being able to utilize blueprints on or assets on your land that you don't have access to, but someone else might. So is that like, let's say if someone has first thing coming to my mind here is like a Venom Tail statue, and you don't own that NFT, but you have perform an act of espionage
With
or
Fairy.
whatever it ends up being referred to on that plot, do you then get access to use that NFT? Is that sort of like
I have
the
no idea.
Okay.
You get the plans to be able to make
And-
one to use, I'd imagine. That's kind of weird
Yeah.
though, because you don't have the NFT
Oh, well, that's a cool idea though. Yeah, like a blueprint to then craft it.
at the
Uh,
blacksmith
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
It comes. I'm not entire. I don't have an entire rundown on what the blueprints are going to consist of, as to what you're going to be able to make with them. But
To be created later.
yeah, no, it's like there's a lot of things that have to be kind of put into place for that. Um, but it's definitely one for me to note down right now to actually get the as much of a rundown as I can for next week when
Yeah, because that was my idea before we started going down through all the different ways that like the statues that you would have or whatever, just the assets in the game. Like, well, now we've got assets popping up on the market, so it's a little different in my mind. But I thought originally we'd be gathering resources to build those assets in game, and we would have to learn how to get those. That's what
Well,
the blueprints would
I mean,
consist of.
that's going to be another thing, is unlocking non-NFT building assets, different styles of buildings, different styles of just non-NFT assets that you can actually place around your plots and you can design things with to come with the blueprints.
So maybe that's where espionage comes in. It's non-NFT
Yeah.
related, and that would
But
make more
again,
sense.
it would be, it would make sense. It would also, make sense if you found blueprints for, I don't know, making different potions and things, or
Oh.
how to mix certain materials to end up with maple syrup. There's there's a few ideas that you can apply to the blueprints. So
Well,
it's
what
just
do you
gonna
disagree with? What is the shrug?
It's it's his fucking maple syrup comment.
Oh, yeah,
and a
it's
plastic
weird.
bag and a plastic bag for Trapjaw's ugly face. Well, what if we get a paper bag for your ugly face, Radius?
Oh God.
Oh, there's the
Yeah.
whiskey talking, or the scotch, whatever.
It's actually
The show's run over 2 hours now. Glitch is getting out of control.
getting angry. No, I'm not joking. Yeah, but definitely a paper bag for your face.
But definitely, I'm not angry.
joking, but like, yeah, paper bag for
Yeah, it's fucking gonna disrespect my Trapjaw.
a plastic bag too. It's gonna do some damage to Trapjaw.
Yeah, I know. It's like, come on, you don't use plastics, man. I thought you were like an Arcadian,
Not to derail the show, but so art.
quadrants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quadrant themed art. So this is going to be very cool, and a little bit of decor will be able to be implemented inside of our Vulcanverse plots.
Wow,
so this
what a
tweet,
great picture.
that was the picture
God, somebody's so
included.
good at taking photographs.
It's a nice angle.
The joke here is I took that forever ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you all?
That was back when foxes were bigger than rats.
Yeah, you can't take a picture of the fox like that. How are you gonna get that low? He's tiny.
You gotta dig a hole.
I
and
love-
then do the-
I love how the goat is like just preparing to charge at him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna rail.
Yeah, his head's like bowed down, ready to roll.
Mhm.
But so this tweet says, quadrant themed art gallery NFTs coming to Vulcanverse, where you can show off your art NFTs minted or owned from Agora. So quadrant themed art gallery NFTs. So do you know, Glitch, is that the gallery itself is in an NFT, or I kind of read this initially as you will be able to showcase your Agora owned NFTs from inside of your Vulcanverse builds and things like that. But now after reading it here, it's saying quadrant themed art gallery NFTs in the sense of like the gallery itself maybe being an NFT asset that you put on your land. Maybe how that.
Next
No
question.
No
Yeah.
idea. I don't know the details on how that's going to work exactly, but I would assume that it's more assets that can only be placed within the specific quadrants where you can display your art on. So like the assets where the artwork is actually then displayed on is tied to the quadrant, kind of similar to how like the actually I think that the different like Vulcanite statues can only be placed within their quadrants, or can they be placed anywhere right now?
I only have a Venom tail and I've only tried and noticed, so I'm not certain of that. Does it?
Well, I think it would be something that's more coordinate, tied to coordinates. But yeah, we will have to
Yeah, disclaimer, this is like
follow up.
Saturday speculation, so you know,
Yes.
this is not
Saturday
Take-
speculation
ta-
session.
Take nothing that I say seriously ever.
until
Bet the
it
house on it.
Apart from the fact that Arcadia sucks.
Don't bet the house on that.
Yeah, quadrant themed art coming to a Vulcanverse plot near you.
Nice.
sometime
Very
soon.
exciting.
nice.
And so, yeah, Elysium updates. We will roll through here because we are approaching the 2-hour mark here. And there's actually a nice video to go along with this Elysium updates
Hell
section
yeah.
here, which if you have that on deck, Armega. Well, actually, we'll read through this first and then we'll jump into the video.
Okay.
So here's the tweet. Vulcan can now reveal the functionality of Elysium Fields, the antithesis of Tartarus. If you enter from Druid Shrine for 1 lava, you can forge materials and NFTs not present on mainland. So likely a separate NFT forging wallet just for the Elysium Fields. Use any level Vulcanites and discover new quest lines. So that is pretty sweet. You'll be able to hop in there with a level 4, 5, 6 Vulcanites. Get access to those higher tier forging stats, new quest lines, exclusive to the Elysium zone or the Elysium realm, I guess it will be. Sort of its own metaverse inside of Vulcanverse. And 1 lava to enter. So I guess it'll be maybe for a certain period of time, 1 lava, or X amount of forages or quests or things. So I guess we'll see how that develops further. But
I like this whole 1 lava to enter things concept because we're leaning into that slide a quarter into the arcade kind of concept, which is fun.
Yes. Use the
That
lava. Please.
Not financial advice. Don't listen to Armega.
No, I mean
Filling
never-
his own bags.
Never listen to our meeting.
Never listen to me. I agree, but please use a lava. But no, that's pretty cool though. I like the idea of lava actually having a use everywhere. It's really becoming a very stapled part of the environment, which I think was the intention to begin with. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And let's get that video
All right.
rolling if you have that. I think, let me see if the sound comes through on that.
It's everybody else can hear it. We're talking over it.
Okay.
Pretty sure everybody else can hear it.
No, the video has no audio. I checked the stream.
Nope.
It does it?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it either.
Damn it, amigo.
So
See, we told you not to listen to him.
Are our mics hot right now?
yes,
Mm-hmm.
very much so. Well, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
no
Hold on one
sounds.
second. Let's output. Oops. So let's see that again, everybody.
There's.
One more time.
I heard it for a second.
It's important to have that themed music. All right.
But yeah, Hustleverse, Sin City, Chummy Valley, Coddle Pets, a whole host of other projects will be coming to Elysium, of course, as well, operating within the lava and PYR ecosystems. 60,000 acres of forest as well that's going to be filled with trees through lava transactions. And yeah, it's a very nice video giving some explanation onto what's coming with Elysium and all these huge brands that have been teased in the recent weeks that are coming that we don't know anything about yet.
Well, some of you don't.
Some of us don't.
I know, but I'm not
would say
telling.
most of us
Your
do.
mouth shut, bitch.
Hey,
You-
Walt, do your thing you do with Glitch. Come on, get him to tell us
Oh.
some stuff.
Oh, I was like, oh, not the ET phone home. I just
Well,
the
you're
break
still-
NDA one.
You're totally pointing the wrong direction again, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I figured that out as soon as I pointed, but I realized that's not what you wanted.
Uh,
Glitch, just no, don't break NDA. I'm gonna go the opposite on this one.
Oh, no, of course not.
Of course not. Of course not. Nobody says that.
Nonsense. All right.
Right.
Elysium.
Yeah, Elysium is coming, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of great stuff. And we had a 2-hour and 2-minute podcast today. I do want to give another shout out to Brian and Ryan for joining us for the 315 Guild. That was the first kind of segment we did like that, where we had, to at least in a long time, where we had people from another project affiliated with Vulcan come on and give an explainer about what they're doing and how they're integrating into all of this. So thank you guys, Brian and Ryan, if you happen to be in here at all, for joining us today. Glitch Walt, guys, as always, thank you very much. Great stream today, gentlemen.
Yep.
Quickly
Always
before
fun.
we go, we got a message from Ophid in the chat here. Would like to give a shout out to Lox for his quest last Sunday. It was amazing. The guy is a talented and evil mind.
And evil mind.
Shout out Locks. Yeah, we're gonna stay tuned for more One Fat Irish Dad and Locks events in the near future. And like I said, One Fat Irish Dad, we will talk soon. But any quests that you have, any community quests you're doing, be sure to let us know, and we will give those shout outs on here every single time. Let people know what's going on.
Perfect.
And I guess to wrap it up, one last shout out to the man behind this screen, Armega, for his incredible production quality. Everything you are seeing on the screen here, ladies and gentlemen, throughout the show is courtesy of Armega.
That is production and including the screw ups too. That is me. Yeah, thank you.
All him.
Oh, emphasis on the screw ups.
Yeah. If anything went wrong, it's definitely his fault.
Yes.
Where's that delete glitch button?
Delete glitch.
Delete glitch.
Oh, you're
Senor glitch.
Senor
Viking.
glitch.
It's dragging out the syllables.
Senor glitch Viking.
Senor glitch. No, Mr. Senor glitch, no home.
This is what happens, everybody. Behind the scenes,
No.
I'm constantly a punching bag. It's just I say one little syllable wrong.
No, Mr. Glitch, no home.
Glitch no home.
No.
Yep,
The
this is my
consuelo.
life.
Gracias, Senor Armiga.
2 hours later, they're still gonna be nagging me about glitch.
I'm going to dinner after this, and I'm gonna be texting you. Glitch.
I'm gonna rebrand to Senor Glitch.
Yeah. But drop the I and make it 2 E's. Glitch.
Yes, of course, Senor Glitched.
You need your
Yeah.
Consuelo background glitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. Wait, I can actually do that right now.
Oh, here we go. It was just a
Spanish Alexa.
syllable.
Armega,
Oh my God.
There it is.
Boom.
Armega, you're getting some love from
Senor
MC and
Glitch.
Kristen.
That is speed. That is speed of
Yeah.
having.
So yeah, as Mukti was saying, the amazing production work with the Mega in the background. Thank you, everybody. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yes, but all right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you very much for tuning in with us on this Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, wherever you guys are tuning in from out there. Thank you very much, everyone playing in the Berserk tournament that starts off. Today is day 1 of that. Good luck to our participants there.
Nobody.
And yes, have a fantastic weekend, everybody. Thank you. For hanging
Great
out
show,
with us.
guys.
I mean,
Thanks for tuning
seriously
in.
though, he just
Nope.
missed.
Nope, show's over. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Bye.
Cheers, everybody.
All right.